How did Thanos know from the start that Tony would eventually become Doom? And why did the Avengers' own ego end up birthing Victor? Friends, Steve Rogers and the Avengers are straight-up egoists. Their choices became the spark that started the multiverse's collapse. Everything that's about to blow up in Avengers Doomsday is on them. So let's unpack how it happened. And at the end, I'll answer the real question everyone cares about: when Thanos first crossed paths with Stark. Hey, it's Lord of Leaks. Hit like, subscribe, and let's move. When Steve went back to return the stones, it looked like the moral, responsible move. In reality, that decision kicks off a domino chain that leads to Doctor Doom and puts the entire multiverse on a collision course with extinction. Because the key concept here is an incursion, the moment the barriers between universes crack. Picture two separate realities, different heroes, different cities, even different versions of you. Then one day, those realities slam into each other. The rules are brutal. One universe survives, sometimes more than one, but someone gets erased. That's an incursion, and that's the core conflict Doomsday is building toward. Now rewind to Endgame. The Avengers decided to reverse Thanos' snap. To do it, they traveled into the past and took the Infinity Stones. It worked. They snapped, and half the universe came back. But there's a catch: the movie barely has time to scream at you. Touching the past doesn't fix the present, it spawns branches. So instead of one clean rescue, they multiplied realities. The film even tells you this in the Ancient One scene. She straight up warns Hulk, "Remove my stone and you doom my timeline." Bruce promises he'll return everything and close the damage, so it feels like the story patched the hole. Except it didn't, because Loki happens. You remember the gag. Loki grabs the Tesseract and vanishes. Funny moment on the surface, catastrophic moment underneath, because Loki later reveals the TVA, an organization built to maintain a single sacred timeline by pruning every extra branch. And Loki breaks that machine. Branches start exploding outward forever, and he ends up physically holding them together, letting the multiverse exist at all. It looks heroic. It's also insanely dangerous. And here's the twist. Doom sits outside time, which means he isn't just reacting to branches, he can leverage them.
For beings like them, time isn't a line, it's a single, simultaneous picture. So the instant Loki vanished with the Tesseract, the time machine was already effectively broken, and the branches started multiplying non-stop. And even when Steve returns the stones at the end, it doesn't undo that. It can't. Worse, Steve breaks the rule himself. He stays in the past with Peggy and quietly creates one more alternate reality. The takeaway is painfully clear. The Avengers manufactured the chaos. They saved their own timeline, but they unlocked the door for dozens of new ones. And when you have too many universes packed into the same space, they start colliding. That collision is an incursion. In the comics, incursions are the opening act of secret wars. Reality after reality collapses until only one gets to remain. And that's where Doom steps in. He takes the wreckage of dying universes and stitches it into one new world, Battle World. He's not Thanos. Thanos preached balance through death. Doom's belief is colder. Only he can save everything. He's a hard dictator, a thief of other people's powers, and yet in his own mind, he's the hero. The bitter irony is that on one point, he's right. The Avengers' ego is what starts the catastrophe. And Steve's choice hits the hardest. He spent his life preaching sacrifice, then chose personal happiness with Peggy. That single decision becomes a trigger for the multiverse's downfall, and the one forced to clean it up is their greatest enemy. The endgame of this story is Secret Wars, where the verdict isn't about one universe, it's about existence itself. And if the comics are any map, Doom sits at the center because he's not another villain, he's a god, and the Avengers built him with their own hands. Now here's the part that gets nasty. Some scenes age into something bigger than they seemed. In Infinity War, Thanos looks at Tony and says he knows him. People treated it like a cute Easter egg. He's read the files, he remembers New York, he knows who Iron Man is. But read it through a wider lens, and it's not just recognition, it's foreshadowing. Thanos isn't seeing a guy in a suit, he's seeing a future Doom. The movie explains it in the simplest way. Thanos respects Tony because both of them are burdened with knowledge. They see the future coming and they feel the weight of responsibility. But Thanos is sensing something deeper. He recognizes the trajectory. Tony is walking the same road, just further down it. Thanos believes chaos can be balanced by randomness. Tony believes the opposite.
Chaos gets beaten only by structure, by system, by full control. And Tony's entire arc screams that. In Iron Man 1, he shuts down weapons and basically says, if there's going to be power, it's going to be in my hands. That's control. In the Avengers, he's the one obsessed with Earth's vulnerability, building a planetary shield. In Age of Ultron, he tries to create a guardian to police humanity. It fails, but the core idea is still the same: control through a system. In Civil War, he chooses surveillance and accountability again, while Captain America chooses freedom. At the end, Stark gets his personal paradise, but the second there's a chance to fix reality, he runs straight back into the fire. Because Tony was never driven by chaos or luck. He was driven by structure, by order. He's an architect by nature, and that's where the Doom archetype clicks into place. In the comics, Victor Von Doom is a genius tyrant with magic and armor, but the MCU can reinterpret Doom not as a single man, but as a role, a constant in the universe, the one who stays standing when everything else falls apart. Doom isn't a name, it's a title, a seat reserved for someone willing to carry the weight of absolute control. And Thanos saw that Stark fit that role perfectly. Not that he'd literally wear a green cloak, but that he'd eventually reach the limit and decide, enough, everything has to be under my hand. Picture an infinite multiverse. Somewhere, Stark survives the snap. The gauntlet doesn't kill him. He keeps living inside a collapsing reality where universes smash into each other and chaos is unstoppable. And there he realizes something Thanos never did. Chaos can't be balanced, it has to be dominated. That's the moment Stark becomes Doom. Not out of evil, out of tragedy. A man who spent his life building systems decides to build one final system for all existence. That's who we'll meet in Avengers Doomsday. Not the Tony we remember, but something colder. Iron Man technology fused with Doom's aesthetic. His message simple and terrifying. You don't get it. Everything is breaking. One world, one order, under me. And suddenly Thanos' line from Infinity War stops being fan service and turns into prophecy. Thanos didn't just respect Stark, he recognized the path. Thanos wanted to balance chaos. Stark wanted to enslave it with technology. Doom is Tony's final form, the moment he accepts that balance doesn't work, freedom doesn't work, only absolute power does. That's what Thanos saw back in 2012 after New York, when Stark's reputation was already larger than life, and that's why Thanos respected him. Will Thanos appear in Doomsday to let Doom demonstrate his power? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscription. Thanks, new video coming soon.